Hi, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Saturday Night Live session. And what we're talking about today is a new book launched by one of our DOBBS, Dr. Andrew Koh Chan Singh, and the book is entitled Memoirs of a Doctor. So before I call him on board, this is the book which I have. I ordered it and got it last week, and I finished it. So without further ado, I'm going to call Andrew on stage. Hi, Andrew. Good evening.
Hi, Alan. Hi. Good
How's things
evening.
in Perak? You're in Perak right now, isn't it?
Yes, I'm in Perak.
Yeah,
We are quite all right.
yeah. And
The
I see.
frontliners are being vaccinated in
I saw
batches.
your vaccination photo.
Today I had
So
a vaccination. It's quite
yeah.
quite a painless thing. Huh?
No, my
Quite a
arm is a
painless.
bit sore for a day. I had my first jab on Thursday.
Well,
So,
I'm lucky. I didn't have anything there.
yeah. So for those of you been following Dobbs on Facebook, actually Andrew has posted a few chapters from his book. Again, just to show you, it's called Memoirs of a Doctor. So I think it was an interesting read. I finished it, Andrew. I
Oh,
actually
oh,
finished it. Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah, and
Happy reading.
yeah. No, it's also brought back memories because you are my senior in medical school, University of Malaya. You are class of 72 to 1977. So
Correct.
I joined medical school the year after you finished. I joined in 1978.
Oh,
So
okay. One
yeah,
year
I joined in
difference.
that. Yeah. So I think the would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself? Maybe to get the Dobbers to know about you.
Okay.
Where
Okay.
you?
So,
Yeah, yeah.
so I graduated from MU in 1977. So that will be the ninth batch of the medical school, medical student. Um, I'm a cardiologist. My last appointment was a cardiologist in Perak Community Specialist Hospital and KPJ Ipoh KPJ Ipoh Specialist Hospital.
Mhm.
But I have retired in January of 2020. January of 2020. So I've been in government service. I have been in army service. I have been in private practice. So be quite a number of years.
Mm.
48 years from medical school. I have been in medicine.
That's a very rich career, Dr. Koh.
A very
I think, yeah, long, illustrious career. Yeah,
burnout
not
situation.
burnout. And I think those of us still working probably envy you in your retirement. So what inspired you to write your book?
So what happened was it started off with an accident,
Mm,
Alan, in
mm, mm,
December of 2019. I
mm,
had an accident which resulted in tetraparesis. There was
mm,
a cervical spine injury because of a fall. I was paralyzed from below my neck. I
mm,
couldn't move my hands and feet. I had to be operated on. I had to
mm,
be operated on the spinal surgery, and then gradually I was able to regain my function of my hands and feet. At that
mm,
time, I cannot even lift up my pen. I cannot even carry a pen because my finger movement is gone. When I recover back
mm,
some power,
mm,
but my finger
mm,
grip was not there. I couldn't sign check, couldn't write write anything. So I was a bit worried.
Mm.
So when I recovered, gradually when I recovered, and I was able to write. After a month, I was able to write. So I thought I need to write. I need to write because so difficult to write, and now I could write. So I thought I would write. And because I handed in my resignation, I in January, I could sort of don't want to do any practice. I have time. I free my time, and also the COVID pandemic cannot go out. Also can't travel anywhere.
Yeah.
So I start writing, and I wrote. In fact, I wrote a couple of books, 2 books before this memoir. The first 2 books was a Christian book for the church. This was actually my 3rd book. The first 6 months of my retirement, I was writing the other 2 books. Then the last 6 months, I wrote this book. I took it as a challenge. I took it as a challenge because I need to tell my story, especially to my family. I need to tell my story. So I started writing from one page to another page and so on. And it was completed. To my surprise, it was able to complete. I was very surprised because I'm not good in writing. My English is not that fantastic. But
No, I
still
think the whole book,
able to do it. Still able to do it.
Grammar was flawless in the book, Andrew. You're very modest.
Because I was never good in arts lah. Never good in arts. I'm more of a science. But thank God I got it written, and it's now published in Amazon.
Yes.
Ebook and paperback is in Amazon. The local printing is done in Kuala Lumpur. I thank those DOBBS who have pre-ordered from me. Quite a number of DOBBS pre-ordered. I think they have received the book. I've sent the book. Most of them have received this book. So happy to
So you can
share
see
my live
in the flesh, the author. Yeah. So what are the challenges you face when writing the book? Maybe that, and maybe you can inspire other DOBBS to write on their own experiences in,
The first thing is I have to get out of my inertia because I have always been, there's a lot of inertia to do things. So one day go become another day. There's a procrastination. There's a procrastination. One day become another day. And there is a fear of exposing the past into the eyes of the public because it's private. I have to expose some of my private details to the public. So there's some fear there, some worry. Worry whether the book will be accepted, whether it will really materialize. So there is a bit of challenge there. And then the other challenge is how to write, where to start. We have a long story. We have so many years out, where to start, when to start, and so on. I have to figure out the chapters. I have to figure out the outline. And then I have to do some research. I got to go back to my hometown. I have to meet up with those people who knew me when I was small. My school teachers, some of them are in the 70s and their 80s. My classmates, my neighbors, so got to do a lot of research as much as I can. And then we need to do a bit of writing skill. Need to attend some seminars on writing skills. And of course, there is a Google and the YouTube. Listen to a couple of YouTube, read a couple of Google and research on how to do an autobiography. And then what title I am going to put, I have to decide what title. I need to have a title that is catchy. A title when you search on the Amazon, it sort of comes up. So I tested several titles. And some of the title, when you type to Amazon, you will come up with a few hundred. So then it's hard for people to search you. But when I put this, a memoir of a doctor, and I search, only 5 or 10 books come up. So that means it's searchable, not too much of competition. So I decide on the book, then I got to decide on the cover. I got a designer to do a cover. And so these are the things that, once the things are sorted out, then take a couple of months to sort out this, to do this research and so forth. Then comes to the actual writing. And then from one page to another page, one chapter to another chapter, it goes on and on. It goes on and on. And then when the momentum is come, then there's a momentum, there's an inspiration. I was able to move on.
To put all those things down, I'm quite impressed. I think you must have like a fantastic memory. Was there problems recollecting, or did you keep a journal or something, or diary?
I didn't keep a journal. I didn't keep a diary. I didn't keep a journal. So I have to rely on my memory.
That's I think the brain cells are extremely intact, Andrew, so that you could recollect all those things in your past.
The brain connect when you start going back, reliving to the past, relive your life one more time. So it comes back. It comes back. It doesn't come back immediately. Sometimes you wait with a couple of days. I remember that one.
Yeah, I mean, your account of residential college, your first day of class, where the dean, Prof. Danaraj, and how people are so frightened of him, the horrible food in college, and all these things bring back memories, to me as well.
The one, yes, the one is. Cannot forget, because the one is sort of stuck to the brain. What Danaraj said on the first day is sort of stuck to the brain. So he was telling that you will not, if you want to make a lot of money, don't do medicine. But that's not true, lah. That's not true, because medicine is still very lucrative. But 40 years ago, it may not be so. But some of the things he said is quite true.
Your quote that medicine is a lifelong course.
I think that one
is not. Yeah, you can hear Danaraj's voice. Yeah, ringing every time.
And then Danaraj influence on our batch is a lot. He really, because I think in our batch he was going to stop his teaching.
He sort of he was no longer the dean when I was a medical school, but he still came back to take some of us in teaching classes.
At my time, he was the last 1 or 2 years of his deanship. He was being forced out to make way for the younger people.
Yeah.
So he said, I must teach you guys. I must teach you how to be good doctors. Teach you how to command respect. So he taught a lot of input from him. A lot of input.
Yeah, and then your account of housemanship, and your life as an MO, outpatient mobile health clinic, and so it's amazing. I mean, how you put it all down, and actually it's a interesting insight. I wish more doctors actually would be able to write on their experiences in the medical career. And I think it would actually, inspire many of our young doctors today. What life was back then, how it's similar in many ways today. And I mean, they may have different challenges right now, but I think how the journey never ends, and how it culminates in the
Yeah,
pinnacle of
the
your
journey
career.
never ends. It
Yeah,
goes on. It goes on.
yeah,
The baton goes pass on. The baton is passed on like a relay race. Pass on from
mm,
one
mm.
generation to another generation.
Well, I must congratulate you. And you've in your book also you've related how you've experienced many challenges, near death experiences. And I think it's great how you've overcome it. Yeah, and it's inspiring. It's not a very big book, but it
Yeah.
is packed with your life is there.
Quite a small book.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. So I think it's interesting. I mean, medicine is a calling. Okay, it's not something to
Medicine is
be.
a calling, definitely.
It's a calling. Yes.
Definitely is a calling.
Hmm.
It's quite draining, It's quite draining on your social life, It's
Exactly.
quite
Exactly.
draining.
I think when it just makes me remember how the days when we were young, and it's just work, work, work. There was no social life, hardly anything. 7 a.m. starting until 11 p.m. the next day.
I
In
get burned out every couple of years.
Yeah, yeah.
After 3 to 4 years, I get burned out because of the on call.
Mm,
On call in cardiology is no joke,
mm,
No joke.
mm, mm,
And the on call, it really burned out.
mm.
In 5 years, I already burned out. In 5 years, I can't go anymore. I have to
This
stop in
is
6 months. I
mm,
can't go on with this. At least if you are in a government practice, it's not so draining.
mm.
In the private, you have to do everything on your own.
Yeah, I
Very
think there are different
different.
challenges, and I think your book also gives some insight on the different experiences in government service, in your MINDEF, and then in private practice as well. I think it will be interesting. I mean, to experience it firsthand, but at least through your book, it does open your eyes. Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
we don't have time for the family. We are so
Yes.
much in the hospital.
Mm.
We don't have time for the
Ex-
family. There's another part which is very difficult to balance family life and the career, medical career is tough. It's tough. On looking back, it's really tough. That's why when I had the chance to retire, I just take off. Enough. Can't
mm.
can't go on with this 24 hours.
Okay, I just want to show you a little bit about the book. So this is the cover. Okay, Memoirs of a Doctor. You can actually order a copy. I just want to share this. If you did not pre-order it, Dr. Koh has kindly provided DOBBS a discount code. Instead of the usual 35 ringgit, if you put the discount code DOBBS, you can get it for 28 ringgit. Okay, and you can email him or WhatsApp him uh, for details on how to purchase. Okay, this is if you want the paperback version directly from Dr. Koh. Otherwise, you can order it from Amazon as well. Any plans for an ebook or?
There is an ebook on Amazon
Hmm.
selling at $2.99.
Oh,
Kindle,
okay.
Kindle ebook, Kindle ebook.
This
The
this this
paperback
this
in
one.
Amazon is 1380 US, US. But
Mm,
the ebook version is $2.99. But from 26th of March to 30th of March, the Kindle ebook will be free. I'm offering it for free for 5 days from 26th of March to 30th of March.
Okay,
5 days.
so hear that, DOBBS. 26th of March to 30th of March, you want to read the book and get it for free, or the e-book version, 26th of March to 30th of March from Amazon. Excellent,
just,
very kind of you.
Yeah, you just enter Amazon.com and type in the keyword Memoirs, Doctor, and my surname, Memoir, Doctor and Koh, and you press on search. The book will come out, and it will show you how to purchase the Kindle ebook for free. 26 March to 30th March, and I would like to request that if you can, after reading the ebook, if you can write a review on the review column, and upload a review. This may help more people to discover my book. If I have reviews uploaded, then more people will discover my book. That will help me. Help me. So take advantage of the free 5 days. I'm allowed to offer 5 days free. One time only I'm allowed. So,
but if you want to support Dr. Koh for his fine work, consider a purchase like me. I did, and I enjoyed the book. It's nothing better than sometimes to read a real book rather than just on the Kindle or your iPad or your phone. So it's just flipping through the pages is such a pleasant experience. Do you have any favorite medical books? Sort of fiction or non-fiction in terms of stories about medical school or medical life.
There is a memoir of Dr. Mahathir, Doctor in the House. That is a good read. That's a good read. And, there's also a memoir on Danaraj, Professor Danaraj. H.O. Wong has written a memoir for the late Professor Danaraj. Those are giants of the medicine. The great grandfather of medicine. I think it will be very inspiring to read their story.
Yeah, I mean, those of us who had the opportunity to see how they perform, I mean, we are still, we feel so small compared to what they had in terms of clinical skills. I mean, how many? I mean, like now, I think nowadays people haven't heard, don't experience much chronic rheumatic heart disease and the different murmurs. Just with the clinical skills alone by palpation, the pulse, amazing.
Very good clinical acumen.
Nowadays we just say echo straight away. Echo.
They have no technology. 40 years ago they have no technology. Now we have so much technology.
Just paying attention to feeling the pulse and the waveform and collapsing pulse. I don't know whether people still do all these things.
I still do all this now. I still do all this rather than jump straight. Jump straight to technology is always bedside. Is always from bedside to bench, from basic science.
Yes. I think it's excellent. I think that's what I think we all should strive for. Never forget basic clinical skills.
Never forget. You don't jump straight to MRI. You don't jump straight to MRI. You must test the facial nerve. You must test the motor power and the reflexes.
Sure.
Go to MRI.
Yeah. So I think thank you very much for sharing about your book, your experience, and just do encourage your DOBBS to read. That's your life story there, and we hope it's not the last, because some of it was just like a teaser to what more. There could be more things you could have shared. Maybe you didn't want to share. It's a little bit personal, but your experiences in the early life, especially. I'm very curious how much variation there is experiences in one's medical career in different parts of the country. And I think we were talking about it in Clubhouse the other day about working in East Malaysia and so on. I'm sure people would have plenty of stories to tell. I only wish people like you had time to actually put it down on pen and write their memoirs, and it will make excellent stories. I think it will make excellent stories.
I think everybody has a story to tell.
Mm.
Your story is very valuable, very life-changing, and very it's priceless. You have to put your story. You should actually start keeping your. For those who want to be writing, write your autobiography. You should start writing a diary. Start keeping a diary, so every 10 years when you look back in your diary, you can write a story.
Yeah, I think
every 10 years you can write so many stories. But keep a diary. If you don't keep in a diary, you forget. You forget.
Yeah.
Don't lose your memory. You have to keep your memory.
Good idea, and I think it maybe it's never too late. Never too late.
You can even start today. Start today. You write a diary. Write a diary.
Whatever recollection.
Keep a journal. Keep a diary. Every year you have something to write.
And I think that your book is actually a story for your family. Yeah, as you said.
Oh yeah, it was actually for the family. The family to a legacy. A legacy for the family, because.
So you've been blessed with a big family with your sons and your grandchildren. So congratulations, Dr. Koh.
Thank you. I have 9. 9 grandchildren. By June, I will have 10. I will have 10 grandchildren.
Wow! Congrats.
And God has blessed me with a big family.
Yes.
So even if I'm not around, it lives on. My story hopefully lives on.
It most certainly will. Most certainly will. Yeah. So that's the inspiration for you guys. Once again, just on the flash that if you're going to get the book, it's in the paperback version. You can get it direct from Dr. Koh. If you want an ebook, you can get it from Amazon, or you can order the paperback from Amazon. But Dr. Koh will be giving it will be released for free between 26th of March to 30th of March if you have a Kindle or a Kindle reader. Yeah. So excellent. So I think without further ado, thank you for your time, and I think I wish you all the best. Hope that your book gets excellent reviews and many people can take the opportunity to read it. I think those chapters you published in the DOBBS Facebook group have been very nice teasers, and I think a lot of people liked it, what you shared there. But if you want the whole thing together, just read the book. And I couldn't put it down. I finished it in 2 days.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So okay.
Thank you for having me on this.
Yes. Thank you very much, Andrew. So what I'm going to just finish up is just to tell folks about last week's cardiology grand rounds from SJMC. Those of you who couldn't watch it live, I just want to let you all know we have a MCQ module available in the bulletin board. If you go to our YouTube channel, okay, and then you look at the description of the video on YouTube, and you can see the direct link to the MCQ module in the bulletin board. So if you're a registered DOBBS member, you can log in, and then after watching the video, then you can do the MCQs and claim the point. So I think we will try to do more of that, because I realize not every one of you can watch these grand rounds and claim the points when the QR code expires after about an hour. Have you watched any of these, Andrew?
No.
No. Okay.
I haven't bought any.
Yeah, I think it's more for the younger doctors and the GPs and the trainees. But they are sort of like very case-based presentation and discussion by the team. So yeah,
That's good. That's a very good grand
yeah,
round.
not just didactic lecture. Sometimes it's actually quite dull, but
Very good.
yeah, very clinically based things. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll probably want to end it now, and just want to thank you again, Dr. Koh. We'll
Thank you.
we'll yeah we'll say good night. Mm? Okay, all right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. We'll end the
Thank you,
broadcast
everyone
now.
who is listening
Thank you
in.
for watching, and please consider getting the book if you're interested to read about Dr. Koh's amazing medical career and life. Okay. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.